Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining. Zero Authority is a community of people who believe in open source and permissionless systems built on stacks secured by Bitcoin. Today, we're talking to projects from the Mintery. We have a great lineup. This is our non-fungible talk today. We're going to interview some more people from the Mintery and hear about their projects in the coming weeks. So today we have Grace, Will, and Lenny, and they're going to give us an update on their project. How are you guys doing this morning, or this morning here, wherever you are? It may be evening or night. Huddle Stacks, how are you, my friend?
Doing very good. It's a good morning here. Really happy to hear from the Mintery folks. Give up the stage. Go ahead, guys.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thanks a lot for having us. Excited to be here. And I'm on the West Coast, so a little earlier than you East Coasters right now. So that's all good. We get up early in the forest industry, so we're good.
Hi, everybody. I'm Grace. I'm happy that joined with you guys. Thanks for the invite podcast.
Absolutely. So let's open it up to a round of questions. Today we're going to talk about why you started your project. We're going to talk about what you hope to build over time here. Maybe you're building something with an NFT and it has real utility in real life. And I know there are some real world implications for some of the projects that you guys are building, but we'll go around here. We'll start with Grace, Will, Lenny. Grace, can you tell us more about the project that you're building and how you started?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Grace, a South Korean artist based in Paris. I studied fine arts in Korea and fashion design in France. I run a small gallery in Paris, close to the Eiffel Tower, where I sell my physical artworks. I make a living with my art. I'm quite new to the crypto world. It was during the lockdowns when I was looking for a way to sell my artworks on the internet. That together with my husband, we found out about NFTs. We did a small project on Ethereum for fun, and we were able to sell a few pieces. Almost at the same time, we found out about stacks, and we thought that it was the best place to launch my NFT collections. I'm very happy to have chosen stacks and joined the Mintery because I was able to learn a lot about the technical aspects of NFTs and also about Web3 and how to community of collectors. It also a very friendly environment. With my NFT projects, I want to create artistic experience that will help you to connect with the universe. The motto of my brand is your gateway to the universe. I want to create beautiful pieces that would help you to relax and connect with your universe so you can unlock your full potential. I know that the physical world and now the metaverse can be very demanding, and I want to create an environment where people are welcome to enjoy their time, relax, and meditate. The color base is I've chosen for this collection is black and white. The deep energy from achromatic colors synergize dandelions. The serenity and energy that comes from monotones give inner strength to people. I want to explain for utility for my project, but I know that everybody talks about the utility of NFT projects, but I'm an artist in real life, so my approach is a bit different. Art is preserved by people who like it and maintain it by having collectors, people buying paintings, and enjoying art is a utility. it becomes a culture and people share it, sometimes expressing their taste. Thanks to Mintery, I met Savet, on American artist working with the NFTs, and he said that art is the utility and love is the roadmap. I love this idea, and this is what I try to achieve. At the same time, I also want to give some utility by my hoarders. I want to bring some utility into the real world. Some of my NFTs will unlock some surprises in the real world, like a T-shirt or mouse pad, necklaces, or a coffee with me in Paris, maybe. And I will, yeah, if they will visiting my gallery, why not? I'll be doing a free airdrop of a white version of the NFT. That one, the holders will choose to keep the NFT or burn it to redeem a physical copy of the painting. And I would also like to use a LiDAR, the project of Ruiz, to prove ownership of my NFTs and give some nice discount to the holders who will visit my gallery. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
And what is your project exactly? It's kind of hard to tell. If you go to Grace's page, you can see that there's a Discord, and so that's great that you guys are starting your own Discords and you're building your own communities. What is the art exactly?
maybe you can read on the Siegel blog maybe more details. But basically, I draw my paintings on the paper with the Chinese ink, and for the flowers, the flower is dandelion, and you can. But for the NFTs, uh, I will launch the 50 pieces. Is the process of the art. And you can
That's
see
really cool.
the first one, the black one, yeah, and till the final one. So the each painting is different, but for the it's very beautiful. You will see soon, because the minting date will be approaching soon. I want to drop in June maybe. And please join in my Discord, and you can find some more details or information in Twitter or in the Siegel blog.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, we'll share some more links here. So if you want to read more, you can go to Seigel, or definitely check out Grace's Twitter. Let's bring it around to Will. Will, tell us more about Big Tree NFTs. Someone told me about this. I love the concept. What exactly is Big Tree NFTs, and why did you guys start?
Yeah. So Big Tree NFTs. So sort of how the project started. I work in the British Columbia forest industry. I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. Worked in the industry my whole life. Grew up in it. My dad's a logger. My grandparents worked in the industry, so it's deeply rooted in my family. And I found out about Stacks late last year. Started researching a lot, learning more, and just kind of thinking about how could Web3 work its way into my industry and my community, and how could it help? And so thinking about that going along, and then November 1st of last year, the BC government announced that they had a plan put forward to stop the logging of 70% of our harvestable old growth timber that's left in British Columbia. So that's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing that we want to protect these big trees. However, it will affect all the people that work in the industry and the Indigenous communities here in BC. If we were to halt logging on all those trees. So we're talking about like 38,000 jobs. So that'll have a big impact on our community. So that's where it clicked for me that, well, what if we could replace the income stream that comes from harvesting a tree, mailing it into lumber, and then selling it on the open market? What if people had a choice where they could say, well, no, I want to keep this tree standing instead of harvesting it, and I'm going to vote to keep that tree standing by putting money up to keep that tree standing. So that's where the NFT technology and with stacks, I think we can do that. We can allow people to buy a stake in a large old growth tree, where before you're kind of more reliant, if you want to keep those trees standing, on like a carbon credit system where companies buy in and pay so much every year to sort of allocate that timber to their carbon footprint. So yeah, so I had the idea, and then was kind of, but lacking the technical side, being a forester, not really in the Web3 world. Following the folks in Stacks on Twitter, saw the Mintery, and apply and read into it. Thought really fit what I had in mind, and applied and got in, and here we are now.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That do you feel like after going through the Mintery that you kind of have a good grasp on the NFTs and how all of this works now, or do you feel like you still have a lot more to learn?
I think I'll always have more to learn, but I think with the Mintery, it really was a perfect program for me in that definitely really good crash course in the NFT world. All the different mentors that we were able to have access to and speak to us, on the industry and where it's going, and just outlining like how the technology works and the NFT marketplace in general. Like, yeah, I definitely that's it's exactly what I needed as somebody who was new to the space, for sure.
Yeah, that is we I love to see projects like that where there's a component of the NFTs and the real world utility, and you're actually solving a huge problem. That is the promise of NFT, and just using technology. I just love that you get to do that too here. And how did Mintery find you, by the way?
Well, I saw on Twitter, just
Okay.
that people have been posting about the program. Went to the website. I think it's mintery.co, and you're able to go there, read up on the program, and if you're interested, you can apply right there. So it was fairly easy to connect, and then yeah, I was one of the lucky ones that was able to take part.
That's awesome. Hey, Lenny, can you tell us more about your project? Is it turning some is it sounds into NFTs, sound waves, or is that my understanding? Is there some music component here?
Hi. In a way, so I'm Lenny. I'm an electronic artist, and I sing on a lot of dance tracks. That's how I've built my career the last couple of years. Um, and we were able to independently on Spotify that build the yearly count from like 780,000 to 7 million to 12 million. And I wanted to create this project, which is called Forest Fairies, to help promote an upcoming song of mine. So I'm going to be releasing a solo project because it's strange in this industry. Anyone who sings on dance tracks is called a top liner, and they're not considered artists, which I think is kind of bogus. And I'm hoping to break the stigma with that. And so my project is still very much in the works, and I've just begun teasing it. But I did start the Discord. It's called Linnyland, and um, inside of there we have a wonderful, welcoming community of people who just enjoy music, who make music. Um, I've even had a couple people start collaborating from joining the Discord, different singers and producers. But for me, I wanted to start the project to just build more of a community around my music and promote creativity, provide inspiration, and allow friends and fans access to exclusive musical experiences. So at the root of it, my project is a PFP project, but because I'm not visually gifted like Grace, I wanted to have it be really utility packed. So when you purchase the NFT, you have access to this magical portal that will let you inside of the forest. And once inside, you're surrounded by inspiration and community. And there is a song seed garden, which is where you can plant an idea and watch it grow into a song. So for me, ever since I took classes at Berklee College of Music in Boston, they had this idea of a song seed journal. So anytime I hear or see anything that gives me an idea for a song, I put it in a notebook called Song Seeds. And I thought it would be super cool to spread the idea that anyone can create a song. And everyone has a good idea. And so when you have your forest fairy, you can enter this song seed garden and leave an idea for a song. And then a couple times a month, I'm going to turn that into something and I'll share it there. I also have, there'll be like gated access to get into these different rooms. You have to own the NFT to get in. I'm going to have something called the Wisdom Tree, which will be a place for you to share your music. And I'll post different tips and tricks and have guest moderators and different producers come back and provide feedback. And there might be some remix contests. And then the amphitheater inside of the forest will be where I share unreleased music. So the NFT is not linked with the music itself, but getting into the Discord, you'll have access to hear some unreleased songs before anybody else.
That's really cool. That was action packed. First, let's talk about just the concept of music and NFTs. Where do you see that we're going to start with this whole movement?
The thing that's so interesting about the space is, again, like everyone else in this podcast, I'm super new to crypto, and the Mintery really held my hand throughout all of this. And so one of the things that's I think is really cool is it's changing so much, and people are coming up with ideas that don't even exist yet, and that excites me. I think that within the music industry, there's certain hurdles, I'll say, as people try to figure this out. If you are in a publishing deal or a label, it makes it a little bit difficult to just sell the music in that way with the NFT. So there's a lot of freedom to be independent, which is really cool. I am in a publishing deal, so I've had to be creative about how I introduce people to the music and how it's linked with my project.
That's cool. And then explain how we will come into this force and we can listen to some of this music.
Yeah, so it's going to be within my Discord. My main chat within the Discord is open. Everybody's super nice. It's been awesome. And there is a bot that you can confirm your wallet, and then it gives you access to these gated channels. And so when you own the NFT, you're going to enter this portal. You're going to get into these different rooms. And I've been working with an artist to build all these forest fairies, and each layer is going to mean different things. And she's been working with me to build the imagery for the forest and the different spaces. So I'm really excited to share all of that.
That's cool. When is that coming?
We're thinking, because it's linked with my music and when I release my song, which is called Run to the Forest, hence the Forest Fairies, it's probably going to be sometime this summer. But I'm waiting till I have an official release date to roll it all out together.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are excited about these launches coming up, and I love the concept around the going into the forest, and kind of it's almost like Alice in Wonderland, but with music. How I think about it.
Yeah, I grew up on 10 acres of farmland. I live in Los Angeles now, which is not that. I'm like one of those weird people that loves the rain, and I grew up on the East Coast and I just miss it. I miss nature. And so the forest for me, the concept of the song actually came about because my father-in-law had a dream, and he woke up and he's like, I had this dream, I had to tell you to run to the forest. I'm like, well, that's a song. So I wrote it, and the song is about like finding your authentic self wherever you feel at home, and what that means, and returning to it. And so, growing up in the woods, I didn't really watch a ton of TV or play video games. I like made up all these stories about different fairies that lived in the woods, and um, I wanted to create this project so that they're kind of like I don't know, they escort you into this space where you feel welcome and feel at home. And I even like wrote a little fairy tale thing. I'll read it. Once upon a time, in a magical forest far away, fairies flourished and filled the land with song. Nourished by the melodies, the grass grew green and the trees grew strong. As time passed, humans stopped believing in what they couldn't see, and the forest was forgotten. With no one there to hear the fairies' magic faded. But even so, the fairies remain, hidden in the forest, waiting to be found. So go, run to the forest, find your fairy.
I love that. I just love the concept of just I tell Huddle all the time, just kind of us working in crypto, it feels like we're getting back to the things that we're passionate about again. And it sounds like a lot of people, including yourself and Will and Grace, you guys are finding your purpose again.
Yeah, it was Discord's been an amazing tool as well. Just I played I got to perform at EDC this past weekend in Las Vegas. It was the most incredible festival I've ever been to. But there were a couple people from my Discord that came to the show, and they got to see me perform, and they traveled all the way from Australia for the festival. But I feel like it's bringing, access. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have access to some of my favorite singers, some of my favorite musicians. Like that just didn't exist.
Mhm.
And now we're creating a space where people, like, I could have shared the things that I was working on with some of my favorite artists. That's insane. That's so cool.
No, so cool. Grace, wanted to come back around the art that you're creating. I just seeing the images on your Twitter, it just kind of sparks some imagination. I wanted to share your website too, and can you tell us more about some of the artwork that you're creating?
Yeah, you see, my company is the name is Grace. My name is Grace, and with you can see, you can check my seat on the site. You can see I work for my one small gallery in Paris. The name is a Gallery Nouvelle. Now I'm here. So with the name is Grace Hay. I work for semi artworks with a Gallery Nouvelle, and then I'm a fashion design. I'm a fashion designer, and I created some made to order fashion, and for for the wedding or for the party, and so I work I work for create for fashion, and then each years I had on some exhibition with in France or Qatar, or sometimes in Korea. I exhibit some artworks. So you can check on my site the my project. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah,
So you can.
and it sounds like there are there a number of galleries that you have worked with in the past?
Sorry, pardon me.
I'm sorry, are there galleries that you have worked with in the past?
I opened my gallery. The Gallery Nouvelle is last year. with the pandemic. But so basically, in this gallery in Paris, I every day I exhibit my artworks, and sometimes I organize some another artist too. The some some like some ceramics, because on every summer I worked in some ceramic pieces in Spain. So sometimes I invite some ceramic artist, or I exhibit basically my artworks. This is you see, this is the another painting. This painting is I sold on February, and this I exhibit in Grand Palace ephemer. This one is because I have another painting is more colorful also. This painting is I inspired with the human the character. On the back, I draw some pieces of the pierre brute. It's like a opal. The opal, you know, the some like the stones.
Yeah,
Stones.
yeah, like kind of like a moonstone almost.
Yeah, moonstone. Maybe the name is opal. You know, opal.
No, I'm sorry. It is opal. It is.
Yeah, opal. Yeah, because opal is we have a many with the sunshine. We found some many colors different. I think I thought it's like our character, many things inside yourself and myself. So I draw some drawing with some history in my inside. And you can check many things. I put many images for my exhibition, or this some information of gallery and to exhibit. Yeah, you can see some paintings. Here I have some the 4 or 5 different series, the different painting series inspired sometimes with the Jean Miro, with the composition of the color different, with my drawing styles. And but I started this gallery last year, but quite so good. Now it started some American people or European people who visited to, because my gallery is too close to on Eiffel Tower. So many the foreigner or trip the visitor or European or Parisian people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Today.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, and today also I opened my gallery, and I met some Spanish and American. And so yeah, each day is different, but I'm happy. I'm very happy that I can explain my artworks in here on directly. On same time, I started some for explain NFT my project also. Because the art is very open for me. Is the physical painting also important, but on inside now it's very different world. We have some another NFT metaverse world, and many opportunity for the art. So and in my gallery, and on this year on 17th June, we gonna some party in gallery. Yeah, in the gallery with the neighborhood gallery also. We gonna some party, opening party, in for meet some another clients, or someone who interested art. Yeah.
And how will that play in with the NFTs?
Here, how
If people have access to the NFT, will they have access to like the physical paintings here too, for example?
Normally, I'm thinking about for this one, but another friends, the Louise, he works for LiDAR project. He made someone watch. It's like a Apple Watch, like a Apple Watch,
Yeah.
but we can access. I saw that he works for this one, for access to NFTs. So we can so someone he bring with this watch, and he can show me in Paris in here, and then for access for the if they some holders he have on NFTs mine, and he can maybe gather some discount in my gallery or some another, maybe I was thinking some service on other things, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. I wanted to ask Will, if all goes well and people are contributing with Big Tree NFTs and getting involved in building the community, what will that look like?
Yeah, no, great question. So, yeah, what does this project look like if it's success? So, really, what we're trying to do is, create access to these trees for anyone who wants to help with climate change. You really like big trees. You want to keep them standing. We're trying to build a community that kind of grabs from all sides of the logging versus environmentalists kind of conflict. I'm on Vancouver Island, as I mentioned, and you can search Fairy Creek protests. That's a pretty big active protest going on southern Vancouver Island right now, trying to protect some of these big trees that are slated to be harvested. So the goal, what we're trying to do is kind of end that zero-sum game where it's environmentalists stop the logging or the trees get harvested and loggers take trees, and this decades old fight that goes on to bring both sides together and say, yeah, we're going to keep these trees standing, but we're also going to take care of the forest industry and indigenous communities as well. So the goal is to replace the value that those trees would otherwise create, and then help industry transition away from old growth dependency and to a second growth, third growth type model where we're harvesting younger trees and keeping these ancient trees standing, because there's not a lot of them left, right? So to me, that's what success looks like is anybody from any one of these communities can buy in, get their digital stake of a big tree, and the money goes towards a cause that creates a more sustainable forestry model here in our province.
Hey, Hado, are you there? I don't know if I think wasn't sure if Hado was there. As far as the collectivism of being on both sides and being able to restore and preserve the earth here, I really like that concept. Do you see people applying this to different concepts in the real world as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I think for sure, and I think with NFTs, blockchain technology, I think like to me, it's just proof of ownership, right? And so it enables us to open that world up to all different types of communities and all different types of people, and they can gain access, because up to this point, I touched on carbon credits earlier. Carbon credits are a good thing, obviously, but it's heavy industry that's buying into that. Well, here we can still allow that. We can still have large companies participate in this, but it also can go right down to the people that live in the communities where these trees are, where the conflict happens. It kind of I don't know, opens it up to everybody. So I think for sure, I don't see why that couldn't apply to anything. I mean, there's other NFT projects out there that are aiming to do things like this. I read about a big one in the States that's trying to protect like the biggest aquifer, where you can buy an NFT to save an acre of land that protects the aquifer. And I forget what percentage of the population in the States relies on this aquifer that's starting to dry up. So there is lots of different environmental type causes that are going to this type of model, this type of technology to create some good, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. And I to go back to what Grace was saying, I just wanted to quickly mention that Ryder they have a whitelist for opportunities. If you join their Discord and do a contribution, you can get on their whitelist. Is this what you were talking about, Grace?
Yeah. This is a new project of Louis. This is a social wallet. But I running for this project too. I don't know very well. But I saw I think this one. I think he will launch maybe next year. I don't know, but soon. I think maybe at least.
So we know Louis, Marvin, and Friedger is a contributor as well, and they're going to launch. So this is going to be a decentralized ID as well, and you can have your wallets there too. They have a really cool mechanism where they have like instead of like a password reset and like they'll have like the social connect where you can you can get your seed phrase in bits and pieces through the social connections that you have.
Yeah, so this way, I think a rider to prove ownership of NFTs, my NFTs, for example, and give some. But this one is for the prove ownership, and then maybe for use because for the easier we can prove easier maybe this one. So in real life, I think it will be gonna be useful. I think I
think so as well. So I wanted to pause here. We have a clip from Ileana. She couldn't be here with us today. She has some other activities going on, but thank you so much, Ileana, for helping us put this interview together. We're going to play this clip from Ileana now.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ileana, and I am the NFT resident here at Stacks. So I'm here essentially to help support any artist that is looking to launch their own NFT collection. One of the ways that I am doing that is through the Mintery. So the Mintery is a 30-day program designed to give artists everything they need in order to successfully launch their own NFT collection. That includes funding and also top-tier mentors from companies such as Vayner NFT, Dapper Labs, OpenSea, H+ Creative, Ultra Music, Megaponts, just to name a few. If you're curious to learn more or want to check out the schedule and apply, feel free to head to mintery.co. You can find all the relevant information there. And if you have any questions for me, you can reach me at iliana@mintery.co, and I'd be happy to help. On that note, I think I'll hand it back over to you, Zero, so you can introduce the artists from Cohort 1 and we can learn a bit more about what they've been up to. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much for that message from Ileana. And Lenny, we're nearing the end of our conversation. Lenny, wanted to bring it back to you around just some of the things that you're creating as far as with your community. How do you see this playing out into the future here? And will other artists come into this to this virtual world or this space? I hesitate to call it the metaverse because that term has been used so much, but will other artists come and be able to experiment?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to build this community for sure. I'd like to bring other artists that I've worked with into the wisdom tree section, where I would ideally like to have monthly guests come in so that people have the opportunity to maybe get their songs heard by producers that they love directly. Um, if everything goes well, I will have built a community that just feels very inclusive and inspired and encouraged to continue making art, whatever that means. And someone commented something. Oh, Lucid is also in the Mintery, and we have something in the works, which is exciting. So I hope to start bringing more people into this, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it takes me.
Well, thanks for dropping some alpha there. So there could be a partnership with Lucid Music on the horizon.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here first.
Is the partnerships, as far as with other musicians, is it also with their digital assets, as far as like NFTs, or like the collaboration there, or is it with music collaborations? One of our favorite collaborations is with Longstreet, and he's been in the community for a year now, and he's a musician and he's a music teacher. He made all of the or he made a lot of the background music for Project Indigo, for the video game, and we
Cool.
love like those community driven collaborations. And now seeing you guys collaborate and seeing all the projects from Mintery, it just feels like there's going to be an explosion of these potential collaborations, and we don't know what that could look like in the future.
Yeah. So I've actually I write top lines and people produce around them, but I've started dropping like hook sales inside of my Discord. So a lot of people find me from my Splice Pack, which is a royalty-free company, where you can download vocals and release the music that way. So I wanted to start doing like one-of-one things that aren't royalty-free, but you still have this little hook that's only yours that no one else has, because that happens all the time. You get a vocal that, thousands of people are releasing songs with that. So I want to build that. In terms of assets, I have to be careful with the legal side of it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cool to be able to share things in there and be like, I'm working on this song. What do you guys think about this? Should it be happy? Should it be sad? Where should it go? And like get the feedback right there in the moment from my core group of people, which has been really cool because it's people who show up and people who are interested. And, I like to return that and listen to their music and give them ideas about, oh, I know this singer who'd actually be really good on this. You should connect with this person. And it's been super cool to see that actually come to life. It makes me really happy.
Before Web3, or before you heard about stacks or Bitcoin, traditionally musicians are very creative types of people, and the collaborations and working on new songs have been creative as well. Before creating these online communities, was it more difficult to tune into your community and ask them questions directly?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you would have to wait to have a show, and people would have to be in that geographical location to come and talk to you afterwards if there's the opportunity. And so I know there's a balance with everything. I feel like I've seen a lot of artists posting about how like now labels are saying you have to be a TikTok star to be successful. You have to have a viral video before Halsey's allowed to post her next song, which is, artists are not made for just posting every single moment of their life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, it also gives you access to these people that you never would have been able to talk to. And I think that that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's plus and minuses, but I try to focus on all the amazing things that the internet has allowed us to accomplish.
No, well said, well said. And you're right. Social media has given us like that direct connection to each other, and I believe Web3 and communities give us those direct connections to the communities that we're a part of.
Yeah, there's more of a filter too. It's like your core group of people who really care, who have chosen to go on this journey with you too to figure more out about this space, and they're going to show up.
Yep. Hey, so we're near the end here. What do you want people to know about Lenny, and where can people find more information about you?
Yeah, I believe that music is a superpower. It allows you to turn tragedy into something beautiful. It's how I process the world, and I try to accomplish that with my music and let people know that they're not alone. Um, and that's what I'm trying to build with my NFT project as well. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, basically everywhere. And I'm at Linny on Instagram if you want to say hi. My Discord link is on Twitter too.
Awesome. And I'll bring it around to Will. What would you like people to know about your project, and where can people find more information about you?
Yeah, so to find more information, we do have a landing page right now. I think you popped it up earlier, bigtreenfts.com. We're on Twitter at bigtreenfts. We do have a Discord going. We're getting that going. If you want to come check us out on there, there is a channel on there. You can post a picture of yourself with your favorite tree. As far as what I'd like to leave the folks with, just that there's a limited amount of these big trees, and there's a limited amount of these big trees in accessible places for people to see. A lot of the ones here on Vancouver Island are still slated to be logged. So if it's something you're passionate about, if it's something you're interested in learning more about, come check us out. We're not at the point where we're ready to mint yet. That's still sort of a TBD. We're working real hard to establish a partnership with the local First Nations community here to secure some trees for the first collection. Once we have that, things will start moving quickly, and you'll see a lot more from us coming soon.
Thank you. And Grace, where can people find more about you, and what do you want people to take away from this first of many interviews and interactions with the community?
With the community, with my artworks, I want to art is the medium to share good energy and good vibe. So I want to show my artworks and then share with happiness and support the Zen and to communicate it with the hoarders or everyone. Yeah. So for and then but you know that my English is not perfect, but I will write some more information in my Sigil blog or communicate it with my Discord. I'm open, so we can share the information and yeah. But the language is not important. You know the friends. Yeah, we are friends, and so so I want to with the metaverse world in real life. I want to make more friends and more community with us and with like Mintery friends and you too. So yeah, I want to continue my artworks and and on the same time the minting my art project NFT project will be approaching soon. Please check the Twitter and Discord. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And Huddle Stacks, any final words here?
Hey, yeah, sorry if you guys couldn't hear me earlier. I've been having some awful connection issues. The universe doesn't want me to speak this morning, but I think it's working now. It's been a pleasure to listen in. Wish I would have been able to ask a few more questions of you all, but really excited to see what you guys have in store, and super happy that you guys are building in this space. You guys seem to be really bringing community to your projects in a lot of different ways, and just excited to see it all unfold.
Yeah, and thank you so much. So next week we're going to talk to some more projects from the Mintery, and we have some Twitter Spaces coming up too. And thank you so much, Lenny, Will, Grace. Really appreciate your time today.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
You guys have
Thank
a
you
wonderful
so
day.
much.
You too.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.